You threw all this away.
Thank you, Isaac. Now, time to die.
What?
Yours is the last body we need to be reborn. The Makers must be absorbed.
The Makers? You mean me? But Strauss said we could destroy the marker!
Not if we consume you first!
God damn it, I trusted you! Fuck you! And fuck your marker! Ah!
containment destabilized. A reactor breach is imminent. Evacuation of all personnel is required. This is not a drill. Locating auxiliary power systems. Reactor containment failure. Reactor breach is now in progress. Evacuate immediately all personnel and civilians. This is not a drill. Warning, life support failure. Seek protection immediately.
You complete bastard! Was this your great plan? Dump me off and die?
Full of bad ideas, remember?
Yeah, well, here's another one. I'm crashing through the roof to get you. Now move your ass.
Wait, no, Ellie, it's too late. Stay clear of the station.
Yeah, well, you don't really have a say this time. Heads up.
Can't reach. Decompression. Warning, gravity failure.
For those of you whose buying decisions highlight the term fast-paced gaming, I'd recommend Dead Space 2, because even the caffeine-fueled scripting of events in the original pales in comparison to the speed at which Visceral in 2011 achieves. Around 2 seconds before this final boss started, we were dealing with the Ubermorph, a Hunter ripoff from the first game, who was a Regenerator ripoff from Resident Evil 4, who completely misses the point, which is why he will also not be seeing his own video. Namely because we never actually defeat him in the game. Just run away from him for a bit and then work around his decaying ass. Yet, now that we've finally caught up to Tiedemann, who's another closet commander and someone who barely appeared in the game at all, we get to derail his entire plan of... I'm not sure what his plan was. I think he was protecting the marker to appease his unitologist leaders or something, but like I said, this is a person who only appears in the game as a radio voice, so bugger to learn any idea of what he was actually doing. What we do know is that he'll become a necromorph real soon, now that he's splattered all over the ground via his own nail gun in Isaac's biggest badass scene to date. However, now that the killing is all said and done, it's revealed that Isaac's delusionary Nicole was in fact setting him up to fall as a way to preserve the marker and its necrotic teachings. Isaac is pulled into his own subconscious to fight off her allure and save the rest of humanity from the invasion. On the scale of final bosses overall, the subconscious Nicole Marker mouthpiece is pretty crap. If you remember that terrible section of God of War where you have to defend your imaginary family from clones of Kratos, then it'll strike familiar in your mind, except this time it's even harder to manage because at least in God of War, you had the blades that could crowd control. But in Isaac's case, unless you bought the contact beam, by the way, if you're watching this for advice, get the fucking contact beam under any circumstances. Its alt fire will melt this final boss. Otherwise, you'll be banging your head against this encounter for 20 attempts, and since it's a visceral game, each time you fail, you get an overblown, non-skippable death scene that gets real stupid real fast since Visceral only created 2 different ones for this final encounter. It is a long, tedious, and frustrating final boss that you'll be spending most of it running away and getting slapped in the back and stun-locked, and then running into Nicole for a one-hit kill, because those are always fun. If you don't have the contact beam, then your best bet is alt-fire rippers or the line gun that can cut through a lot of enemies and the mobs. You'll want to get them into a meat pile as soon as possible. Thin the numbers, collect the ammo and health drops to keep yourself going as much as you can, and hope that the random number generator is on your side, because it is harshly difficult without the contact beam. Remember, contact beam, frickin' contact beam. It destroys this final boss. Go run back to the shop and get it. I don't care if there's a bunch of mobs that you didn't kill. Go back and fucking get it. You need it. Anyway, once the marker's core has been destroyed, then the game ends almost on the spot with Titan Station imploding and Isaac exhaustedly resting on the floor awaiting his own demise until Miss Deus Ex Machina shows up like Prince Charming to rescue Isaac from his self-imposed destiny. The game ends on an odd cliffhanger, and they're off to have more grand space adventures wherever Electronic Arts and Visceral wants to take this lovely series. Hopefully, they'll start turning the difficulty down, because Dead Space 2 had some real doozies of control snapping fury.